Okay, so I get what Job is saying about it being off, and he mentioned Luke, like the humor with Luke. Yeah, there was humor in the original. It wasn't like in your face though, and also you could tell that Mark Hamill didn't agree with this story. If you read the reviews and watched the interviews, he said to Ryan Johnson and J.J. Abrams, "I disagree with everything that you have written about Luke, because he came up with Luke's own backstory. He wanted, and from what I can tell, he wanted Luke to just, all right, fine, I'm going to join the Resistance, see my sister, because that's who Luke was to him, a guy that jumps in and does what needs to be done. And this one kind of made him Obi-Wan, and there's another character in Star Wars that didn't feel like fighting, and I forget who it is. The characters that don't feel like fighting. And this movie, it followed Hollywood tropes of you, like when they make a sequel to an old film series, they go by Hollywood tropes. You know, the first movie is usually a remake of the originals, but with newer people, and the second one, the heroes that we all look up to, like 40, 50 years ago, or 30 years ago, 20 years ago, however long ago, are like, oh, we don't want to do this anymore. And Leia, you know, she had her. They always like elevate one character and then they make the other character less, and that's what they did with Luke. They made him less of a character. He was in it a lot, but they like, he didn't feel like Luke, like Job was saying with the he just like he did sometimes, just not the Luke we remember.
I
Charging the action.
I guess it's kind of also how he's aged and his facial, like his beard and his mustache. It also doesn't really feel like Luke. I mean, it is him, but
Joe, don't forget to eat your Spanish fries, honey.
I think Luke was great, to be honest. But yeah, at times the humor with him was, well, he only really had like really one standout funny scene, which was the milking a D.
And the grass blade.
Yeah, and then that scene where Daisy was where Rey was meditating, and it was a humorous scene. She's like, I feel it, a balance. I can feel the force, and then she reaches out her hand.
I felt a balance there.
So did I. There's like she's like, Luke knows she's not taking it seriously all the way because they just got done cracking a joke or something, and she's sitting there. She's like, I feel it. No matter what happened is, Luke's like, sit on this rock. You start meditating and reach out, and she's like, and then Luke like rolls his eyes, and then she's like, feel the force. Can you feel it? Like the force. Oh, I feel it. And she starts like tapping leaf, and then he like goes whoosh, and it's got this Chinese crack to it, and he whips her across the arm. She's like, reach out with your heart. And I thought she was gonna like pull it out and eat it. No, but honestly, I love the movie. I really gotta see it again. I gotta see it in the the Avon recliner chair, because I'm really comfortable in those, and I get the full movie experience. Those chairs at Carmice in Plainfield, I have to turn a lot because they're really stiff. But what made up for it was the big screen, and the audio was awesome. The sound would rumble, which was pretty cool. I mean, you could feel vibrations in your buttocks, and other vibrations relating to your buttocks, that it's not the seat. No, really, I did thoroughly enjoy the movie, and I will go see it again. But if you cannot stand long films, or films that drag for just a millimeter too long in some scenes, you can go see it. I mean, it's not make or break the movie, but there are times where the movie picks up and you think the action's going to get there, but honestly, the majority of the action is Snoke's ship shooting at the escaping fleet. That's literally all the action. Well, there's dog fights, and then there's like
There wasn't that much lightsaber.
I think that's what I said. That was a little off on the. You see lightsabers a lot in the movie, but there's no. I don't think. The lightsabers hit a couple times, but it's in the flashbacks.
Yeah, I feel like they're trying to get away from it because lightsabers take weeks, months, sometimes a year, depending on how, like the Anakin versus Obi-Wan one took. I believe George Lucas said 8 months to a year to complete. It's because for those of you that don't know, and Job knows about this because I had him do it a long time ago on After Effects, you have to do it frame by frame. So if you have a 60 frame shot, you have to do it, I believe, 3 times before it move. Like you see the frame move. Like you'll have this right here. You have to do that 1, 2, 3, and then boom, move the points 1, 2, 3, and then boom, to be able to get the actual look of it. So I think they're trying to get away from that because Rogue One didn't have any lightsabers. I don't remember that.
Darth Vader was the.
Oh, Darth Vader.
Yeah,
no, I'll see. Yeah. Yeah, Darth Vader was the only lightsaber then.
Yeah.
And you could tell because the movements they had him do would have been really difficult to have had a whole bunch of lightsaber moments in the film. I guess you could say Donnie Chung or whatever the I'm one with the Force is one with me was kind of like a Jedi in a way. But he didn't really require as much editing. But yeah, I think they're trying to get away from lightsabers. Maybe they're calming it down so then the next one
They can bring it.
Yeah.
Maybe I think Rey and Kylo are gonna have a huge. Man,
I just hope he doesn't turn back because that would be so. We've seen it before. It's been there, done that. It's not just Star Wars. It's every film like this. Either the bad guy dies.
Wow. Oh, never mind. Star Wars advertisement on the TV.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That would have been awesome if I would have seen that. But like every film like this, the bad guy either changes sides or they end up dying. They redeem themselves, by change sides or whatever. So, it's more, and maybe they do something completely different. Talk about the Luke hologram.
Oh, yeah. Kylo and Luke. Kylo says obliterate Luke. Well, actually, Luke goes to meet Leia, and he has like a different haircut and hairstyle and everything. And I'm like, okay, maybe the caretakers on the planet cut his hair or something because they're caretakers, so whatever. But his beard was colored a little differently too. It wasn't really as gray and scraggly. And then Luke walks out all epic, and I'm like, oh gosh. They mentioned like on the website that he has like this Sith ability. I thought he was gonna like bend, like all the like Force bend and like crush every single like thing, or do like in the Force Unleashed, swell up and then blow up. I thought he'd do something like that, which would have been awesome. Which is, I think that's what they mentioned too, something like that. But anyway, he goes out, he walks, and then Kylo sees him, like, destroy that man. So they fire like literally probably thousands of rounds of.
I knew he wasn't dead.
Of lasers, and it looked like he got blown up because the red salt looked like he got cartoonily blown up. But he didn't die, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe Luke's just really strong, because, there are Sith in comics that are probably known to survive stuff like that. And then Kylo and Luke have a little lightsaber battle, which their lightsabers do not touch. It's just Kylo trying to kill him. And his hologram did do some awesome stuff. And you guys are like, Luke hologram? What? Was he a hologram the whole film? No. When they're fighting, Luke eventually says, here, if you want me, kill me. So Kylo comes charging and he slices, and it looks like it went through Luke, but you could tell in like a split second last frame that it didn't he didn't get cut in half because there was no sparks coming from him. And then Kylo turns around and Luke's fine completely. And then I thought it was kind of funny because if Kylo really wanted to kill him, he wouldn't have walked slowly and pushed it through, but I guess he was in shock. Mm-hmm. And he pushes it through Luke, his chest, and you can see like this white bluish glow where the saber's going through. And I'm like, okay, is Luke dead or something? Is that like his spirit? Did he die on his planet alone, trying to milk a thing? Did he drown in the storm?
Did he drown the milk?
Did he drown the milk? But yeah, no, it turns out Luke was actually the whole time on the same stool thing that Rey sat on. And he was like, look, he was constipated. He's like, oh, force. Force my bowels out. And he was sitting there, oh. You guys hear that? Sounds like an alien.
It's on my arm.
Hey! Anyway, I don't know who that was. Yeah, that happens, and then Luke was a hologram. And by Luke was doing like this meditative thing to where it made an illusion of him saving the Resistance from the First Order. And you find out the whole time that the real Luke's actually on his whatever planet he was on, where he isolated himself. So, yeah, that's that. Kylo temporarily joined the good side, which is an awesome scene because they went back to back. I thought that was cool.
Army of Two, so.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I know what that's from. Army of Two, the video game, Army of Two. Xbox 360 and PS3.
Kylo killed Snoke, but Snoke probably be back. But even they might pull something that's never been done and might not bring him back, which would be kind of weird because Snoke was useless. He had all this power, and then he died in the weirdest way. Had Rey's or Luke's blue saber on the table. Snoke's like, oh, I know, I can read his every thought, his every sentence, his every word. I know his true ambition. He's gonna kill his true enemy. And then you actually see it slowly turn to Snoke's side, and then it activates. Kylo did it with the Force, kills Snoke, drags it out, slices him in half, and his body rolls off, which is kind of creepy.
I like that, honestly.
Yeah.
I really did. Now, if he comes... They plan on making 3 more films with these people. So he has... And Captain Orgasma and him, you don't see her body. She's falls in flames. Like in The Force Awakens, she gets shot out or whatever. So, you know, she's probably alive. But just a little thing is... He has a possibility of 4 more films come back, and books, too, as well. So that's...
Sheesh.
Yeah, because they're going to make another 3, they said.
Well, yeah, Kylo temporarily joins Rey, and it's awesome because the first kills Snoke, and then he starts battling Snoke's Red Guards, whatever you call them. And it was cool. I'm like, yes, I love when characters that are bad actually genuinely go to the good side, but he's still struggling, and he went back in the final battle, which I kind of felt it was an inconsistency because that's too big of an inconsistency. Like, oh, we filmed this whole Hoth fight with Kylo being evil. Did you edit that wrong, Billy? Did you put that in the beginning? Was that supposed to be somewhere? No. I think that it wasn't explained well enough that Kylo turned back. Because there was a scene where he was choking Hux, and Hux says the cliche villain line before someone dies is like, what did he say?
You know who I am, or something like that.
Oh, long live Supreme Snoke, which is what villains or people say before they die, like, long live the king, and then they die. Hux didn't die, and then they were friends, like, on the Hothish battle. They were right back, and it looked like Kylo was killing him with the Force choke, but apparently he was just choking him. So I know that was a big rant, but it's a big movie, and you definitely need to see it. It is definitely a great time, no alcohol required. I got that from another YouTube channel. So I really did like the movie. I thoroughly did. I think it was good. I think it was fantastic. I think it was great. I think that every movie has flaws. This had some flaws, but very minor, at least in my eyes. Nothing major that stood out besides it. And before we go, the plot, what I meant by the plot didn't advance is like, stories usually have meaning, and this does have meaning, but